Heroes and Legends, War of Bitter Rivals 2, Episode 9. Back in the universe, the Syn Clan, led by Saint Sebastian and his family, fended off the armies of the Alan, Christian, and Paul one after another. Joining Saint Sebastian was Saint Marcus, his adopted son, and his wife, and Sebastian's wife, Catherine. They held off against the mighty forces of Alan, that was led by Stefano and his forces, who used his mechs to try to surround them. But the Syn Clan, Marcus's strength, were able to push them off. The Alan forces, who did not have the women who were leading them, because they were in a campaign against the Obernon. After successfully getting past them, it was the Christian time. It was led by AMC2N and other Christian forces that were not fighting the Oberlin forces. And Catherine led her strategies to outwit them and send them packing. Lastly were the Pole forces, and they were led by Jertil and his army. Jertil was one of Hydra Throne's closest allies, Mortisin, for standing so far and so long in this war, knowing and vowing that they will be destroyed by the Shoran forces, who have now grown in exponential size and much larger than any other clan force that's ever existed by themselves. And that's adding the other three allies that are attacking Syn now. He told them that the Syn had no choice and no chance against them. But Sebastian did not care what this young pup was saying. He easily subdued him and forced the enemy to retreat. Still, although surviving, Sebastian knew that the numbers and the momentum were on his foe's side. Hydron had him right where he wanted him. In another place, another side of the universe, Federline took the fight to the villains and attacked their main headquarters. He hopes them to capture Stella and Syn and end the war. He moved his entire force to attack them brutally. Stella did not expect Federline, who was only known for defending, to attack them like this. She was caught off guard, and many of her forces either fell or were being captured. Syn tried to Shing, her swordman bodyguard, tried his best to fend off against Federline, but Federline was determined to end these troublemakers once and for all. But still, the forces of the villains were no match for Federline's newfound determination. Syn managed to escape and retreat temporarily to regain his composure. When Federline and his forces surrounded Stella, Stella used her might to put up a strong fight, but she was indeed captured. Once she was captured, Syn knew that he could not risk the enemy killing his lord, so he retreated and fled. Federline was a little disappointed, but he wanted not to capture Syn, but to use Syn for their side, to aid the Allen family and the quest for peace. He was disappointed that Syn was wasting his great talents, but still, he captured the leader of the villains, and for a time, the galaxy of the Allen clan was finally at peace once more. Elsewhere, the forces of the Penta and the Cabelon was fighting against the armies of the Elder Penta to end Midwin and his ilk for good. And Bryce was ready for action, and he and Carr worked side by side as a tag team duo to beat back the last of the elder forces that were in the dimensions. They began to defeat the enemy one by one. Midwin and his loyal followers were not going to allow them to take them down so easily. Midman then summoned another clone, and now there's three of them. He was using his full power and ability. But Bryce had grown with such power and ferocity. Carl could notice that Bryce had somehow, with his strength, had become a prime all by his lonesome. Only Carl noticed this. I noticed like the young Junkan of the Watermans, Bryce was now a Cabelon prime. And it was this power that Bryce was going to use to finish off Midwin and secure his vengeance for his late friend, Conanon. As Minwin tried to fight off against this new young prime, Minwin was taken aback by his strength and subsequently fell to Bryce. As Carl then transformed into an alien and blasted Minwin's bodyguard, Naaman, and ended him. Just when they were about to declare victory, all of a sudden, the powerful elder warrior himself, the young Ira, had arrived. Ira was not going to let the Builder walk away with such an easy victory. And so, Bryce and Carl had to use whatever strength they had left to survive this powerful encounter. So far, only Darius himself was able to defeat the mighty Ira. This was the first time that the Builder forces ever faced young Ira like this. And so they braced themselves for a long and grueling fight. Indeed it was. The strength and power of Ira alone pushed Bryce and Carl to the very limit, summoning every bit of energy they had left, along with their allies, Richard Jr. as well. They managed to beat back and hold back Ira. Ira then used up even more power to beat the Builder forces. Still, the Penta-Cabelon coalition proved that they were able to stand against the powerful Elder. And then they were able to push him back and win a decisive victory. With this, the forces of the Elders were no more. And at last, the full-fledged of the Penta can now dedicate themselves to the war effort with the Builder. This was a significant victory, beating the second top commander in the Elders, made the Builder morale high once more.